How you feeling going into? I mean, you've been through this
Couple
dance a few times. Does it feel a little different this time? How are you feeling right now?
I wouldn't say different, but I feel really good. I think in the spring I was working through some things out, and obviously I did a little bit more than people anticipated, but I thought it was important. The coach thought it was important, but now I'm feeling like myself. I would say even better than myself.
It sounds like there's still going to be a quarterback competition, at least to start fall camp. What do you guys need from that position that's going to determine who comes out and wins this thing?
Yeah, the quarterbacks. It's the most important position on the football field. So, obviously, whoever comes out on top of that, it's going to be a leader of this team, and we expect them to lead, and expect to win games for us.
When they brought in Tyler, I think kind of the natural assumption was that he was going to kind of be what Mordecai was last year, kind of just take it over. Have you been surprised at how much Braden's just been able to kind of hang around and make this thing close?
Yeah, that's a testament to Brady. And I think he's a hard worker. He's a hell of a quarterback, and I think he's continue to show people that he's a really good player.
How do you envision this partnership combination with you and how we work, and how do you think it's gonna play out?
Yeah, it allows us both to stay fresh. I think there's a long season, a lot of big time teams coming in here, in the Big Ten especially. So we got to feed off each other. I've been a backfield where there's 2-3 of us that have to touch the ball during games. So at the end of the day, running back's a position where you can't be the only one eating anymore. So it has to be down the line.
Dude, as far as strengths, do you feel your games complement each other? Do you feel you're similar?
Definitely.
And then can you talk a little bit about in what ways?
Yeah, I think we complement each other really well. Similar to how me and Braylon complement each other. I think Tyrese, he's a thunder and my lightning. So I think at the end of the day, he brings the pop for sure. I can too, but we do similar things well. He does things in areas that I need to get better at, and vice versa. So I think we complement each other very well.
There was so much excitement about this offense going into last year, about all the yards, points you put up, and didn't quite work out the way y'all wanted. What gives y'all confidence this offense will be better this year, the second year under this system?
Yeah, like you said, it's the second year. I wouldn't say we were learning during the season last year, but it was all new. So especially the people that have been here again, it's like second nature now. So there's not a lot of learning anymore.
What did make you decide to come back? You've had so many injuries you've had to deal with the last few years.
Yeah.
What made you decide you wanted to come back for one more?
Just talking to people that I felt, had good intentions with me, just said, I think you'd be selling yourself short if you try to go to the NFL this year or last year, and go back and try to have that healthy season, and you kind of shoot up draft for it. So that's why I decided to come back.
There's been a lot of talk about leadership from Coach Fick on down. Is that something that you're trying to kind of maybe step up? Not that you haven't before, but step up and be more of a leader this year?
Yeah, definitely. With me especially, I've always been someone that has to lead by example. The next step for me is leading with my voice, but for me, I know that in order for me to be the best version of myself and the best leader, I know that I have to produce and be on the football field. So, yeah, with time, but at the end of the day, I know when I'm on the football field, I'm one of the best leaders.
Along the leadership line, Coach Fickle kind of talked about leadership groups and kind of meeting during the off season. Can you take us a little behind the curtain? What were those things you guys did last year, and kind of what are leadership is one of those things. It's like, well, how do you teach it? How did you guys go about the process of strengthening that part of?
Yeah. Leadership, I wouldn't say it's taught, but at the end of the day, teams know who the leaders are, and you don't have to be vocal. People lead in different ways. So, assembling a group of guys that people feel lead the rooms, or there's a couple guys in these rooms that are in these meetings. So, identifying who they are and just making sure you're bringing along everyone with you, because leaders you lead by example, you lead with how you do it, how you do things. So, gathering those group of guys and kind of making sure everyone's on the same page, goes a long way.
You've only had a few games to show, but how did you feel your offense kind of fit this system, their ability to run the ball, catch the ball, and everything?
Yeah, I think it's a perfect offense for me. I think a lot of people know that, and I think that, with what Coach Longo likes to do and how Coach Spalding, coaches us, I think that I'm in for a really big year.
What are you still anxious to learn about the running back room? So many new faces, and you're the elder statesman. What are you curious about? What's fascinating over the next few weeks?
We have a lot of bodies. I've never been in a running back room where I think we have 9 guys in the room. So going into fall camp, I'm excited to lead this group of guys. And, I wouldn't say there's a lot of touches to go around, but fall camp's long, so a lot of people are gonna get to show what they can do. and I'm excited to lead these guys.
When looking at the schedule, when looking at the schedule and just how tough it is, what do you like about that?
Yeah, I mean, these are big games, and if you want to go to the next level, these are the type of games that you have to produce in. If you have aspirations and dreams of playing in the NFL, these are the type of games that you want. And I tell guys in our room that all the time. Like, if you want to go to the next level, like, these are the big games that you need to produce in.